Hey guys, Reginald Duck here, back today with the promised Evil Eye Gold Pride combo tutorial. So I'm just going to go through a lot of the 1-card combos, 2-card combos and like weird bricky hands as well, like how to play them out. So let's get into it. So this first combo is just literally if you have just a Surzeal. So obviously your other 4 cards could be engine, could be non-engine. This is what you can do with just Surzeal. So you normal summon, you search for the broken spell, Evil Eyes Unleashed, you activate it, you send Basil Trice and you send Gorgoneo, both for cost, and then you search for the Evil Eye of Selene, so adding that to your hand. Then you banish, so this goes to grave, you banish Gorgoneo, discarding Selene to search for an Evil Eye spell or trap. So we're going to add the field spell, Evil Eye Domain Pareidolia, activate Pareidolia to search for an Evil Eye monster. This time I'm going to search for the Basilisk. Because we control an Evil Eye, we get special summon Basilisk. I'm going to activate its effect to send an Evil Eye spell or trap. I'm going to send another copy of Unleashed. We just need an Evil Eye spell engraved for later, so you could also send like Awakening because we don't really need it for this combo, but I just tend to send Unleashed. You could also send a Gorgoneo, but it feels like a waste, so I'm just going to send that. Then we're going to use the effect of Basil Trice engraved because we control an Evil Eye, we can special summon it. We're going to activate Selene in Graveyard because so we can pay 1,000, set it to our field, and then we have to banish an Evil Eye spell. So now we've still got a copy of Unleashed engraved for later, and we've banished one to set Selene. We're going to overlay these two, and we're going to summon the Gold Pride Chariot Carry, and then I'm going to activate the effect, detaching the Basil Trice to search for the spell, and then because we're at a life point deficit because we paid 1,000. We can send the Rollerballer from deck to grave. Then we're going to activate the Chariot Carry, battle next time, searching for Gold Pride Captain Carry. So we take more damage. So we're going to special summon this, and then use the effect to search Gold Pride Start Your Engines. Don't know why I'm shuffling. So we're going to set this. Going to activate the Selene targeting Surzeal. Then in the end phase, this is going to go back to the extra deck, this goes to grave, and then we summon Carry from deck, and then we draw a card. So hopefully you don't draw Star Leon, but it can happen. So draw 1, Evil Eye defeat, cool, we can't set it because it's the end phase. So I'm just going to show you how this plays out in your opponent's turn. So they do something, you use the Surzeal first to destroy, because once you've used the Leon, you get locked into Gold Prides, so you want to just use your other stuff first. So use this to destroy the card, then you can use Basil Trice Engrave, bring it back, use its quick effect to link using the Surzeal you've already used, itself and the Selene, to make a link 3. You could also make the link 2, it's totally your choice, I prefer the link 3. So it gives you and then on the summon of this, so the Basil Trice is banished because it's used its grave recursion effect and it wasn't overlaid with this time. Then we're going to banish the Evil Eyes Unleashed. When an Evil Eyes link summoned, you can attach an equipped spell from grave to it. So you're attaching the Selene again, so this has its effects live. And then you get to use Gold Pride Start Your Engines. Summon out a Leon because you've got 3 in deck, so I'm just going to choose Leon. And then his effect is going to reborn the Rollerballer. So now we've got a destruction here as well, and then got a quick effect synchro to make Star Leon, which can then gain attack and destroy a card because again we're at a life point deficit. And then we've got the fusion summon in their turn as well of the Gold Pride Pinballer, which could make 3 materials if we really wanted to get rid of this as well, to attach 3 cards to my equip 3 cards to it. So that's a whole lot of interruptions off just 1 card. So that's it for the first combo. So for this one, I'm going to show you the 1-card combo. If you draw just the field spell, it throws it off a little bit because you've got, you can't use this to search the Basilisk, I believe it is, but you can still do it. It costs you a few extra life points because you have to activate more Evil Eye cards under Selene. All these combos do not kill you, but I've not worked out specifically how much each combo costs you. So that's something you'll have to work out yourself, I suppose. So you activate Pareidolia, search for Surzeal, normal summon Surzeal, and then you search for Unleashed, activate Unleashed, you're going to send the usual, and you're going to add the Selene, going to banish the Garganio, discarding the Selene. This time, instead of searching for the field spell, because it's hard once per turn, we can't activate another, we're going to have to go for the Awakening, and then we're going to use the effect of Selene, paying 1,000 to set itself, banishing our copy of Unleashed. Then we're going to equip Serzial with Selene, so now we're going to have to pay 500 to activate this, because this makes us pay 500 per Evil Eye spell or per activation of this. So pay 500 because we control Selene, we can summon from deck rather than graveyard. So we're going to search, we're going to summon out the Basilisk, and we're going to, so it's special summoned, use its effect. We're going to send another copy of Unleash for next turn so it can re-equip the equip spell. Then we're going to use the effect of Basilisk. So we're going to overlay these two for the Chariot carry, detach carry, detach Basilisk for carry, search for the secret rare. Where's it gone? There you are, bet up next time, activate, search for carry, and we're going to send the roller baller. Don't forget the baller. So we should have sent that off the Chariot carry, sorry. And then we're going to special summon this, use its effect, search for start your engines, and then set start your engines, end phase, this goes back, summon the carry from deck, and then draw a card that again hopefully isn't Leon. It's not Leon, same card again, cool. So literally the same combo, it's just a little awkward. You have to get the Awakening involved if you can't just, you know, resolve the field spell to search Basilisk. So this is the third and final one card combo. It's very similar again, just different sequencing, so I'm just going to blast through it. So activate Unleashed, going to add the Selene by Foolishing the same two as before, and then we're going to activate Garganeo by discarding Selene to search for the field spell. Field spell is going to add Serzial, normal summon Serzial is going to add the Awakening, and then we're going to use the effect of Selene, pay 1,000, set it by banishing this, so this stays in grave. We're going to activate the Selene, targeting the Serzial. We're going to use Awakening, summon out the Basilisk. Basilisk is going to send another copy of Unleashed for next turn, and then we're going to literally do the exact same thing as last time. So we're going to bring back the Basilisk, make the Gold Pride, and we're in exactly the same position as last game, except we've just done it in a slightly different order. So I'm going to not finish off this combo. You've seen it twice before, I'm sure you get it. So that's it for this combo. So in this combo I'm going to show off what happens if you draw some of your Gold Pride engine, because there's no point making the Chariot carry if you've already got carry, just a load of redundancy, takes up a back row space. So instead you can just make a bigger rank, like you can make the DDD for example. So normal summon Serzial, pretty much the same so far. Add Unleashed, activate Unleashed, send these two, add Selene. Gonna banish Garganeo, discarding Selene to search for the, it's up to you, you could either add the counter trap and have a negation for spell and trap, especially like post side, or you could add like an extender, like I'm going to add this time. So I'm going to add the field spell, which in turn will then add me the Basilisk. So then we're going to use the effect of Basilisk, special summon itself, send another copy of, I don't know if it's right to send an extra copy of Unleashed because you're just banishing a starter for next turn. But I also don't really like getting rid of my one Awakening, and I don't like getting rid of any of the traps. So far I send an extra Unleashed. And then we're going to use the effect of Selene in grave. Going to pay 1,000, set it to our board, and banish the Unleashed. And then we're going to be able to special summon the the Captain carry, because we are at lower life points than our opponent. Get to search the Gold Pride trap. Going to set that, going to activate the Selene, equipping to the Serzial. Going to overlay these two, And because these are actually both fiends, we can make the DDD, which is part of the really good synergy of this deck. This card is a level 3 fiend, and this can be made into the Machine X, which is just made on top of any DDD XEs. So really cool. You've got the 1 destruction, you've got, if your opponent activates a monster effect, attach it to this. It's not once per turn, so it steals 2 monsters. And then in Grave, you've got the Basilisk, so you can link for 2 or 3, up to you, and then use the Unleashed to re-equip the Selene. And you've also got your Gold Pride engine on board, so you could, if you've already used the Machine X, you could summon out a Leon and then bring back the carry you just attached. So really depends. You've got to do it in order with this deck sometimes. Like, you've got to get your summoning out the way before you use your Gold Pride stuff, because otherwise the Leon summoning back will lock you. But you can play it right, or if you know it doesn't come up, you still have plenty of interactions even if you can't do them in the right sequence. So it's really cool. That's it for this combo. So sometimes, even though there are 9 ways to Sersial, you will not open it, even though you're playing Prosperity as well, and you have to play your way out of like a Pseudo-brick. So for this one, you can either go for the Evil Eye combo or the Gold Pride. So I'm going to go for the Gold Pride because I feel it gives you more interactions. So we're going to normal summon the Basilisk, and we're going to use his effect to send an Evil Eye of Gorgoneo. Going to use Gorgoneo effect. So this we're discarding here could be any Evil Eye card. We just need something to discard for the Gorgoneo. So I'm going to discard this to search for Unleashed. Activate Unleashed. We're going to send, this might seem a little odd, but we're actually going to send Selene this time to add another copy of Selene, and then we're going to send the Basilisk. So then we're going to use our copy of Selene in Graveyard. Going to pay 1,000, set it by banishing the Retribution. So now we're at a life point deficit, and then because we control an Evil Eye, we're going to use Basilisk in Grave to special summon itself. Don't really need this Selene this turn, and we're just going to overlay these two into the Gold Pride Chariot Carry. Going to detach, and then we're going to add our copy of Battle Up Next Time, and we're going to send the Rollerballer. So we're going to activate Battle Up Next Time, going to search out Carry. Carry is going to summon itself because we're at a life point deficit. Going to search for the Start Your Engines, going to set Start Your Engines, and then in the end phase, Chariot Carry goes back. Going to summon out another copy of Carry, and then we're going to draw a card and hope it's not the Gold Pride Leon. It's not, and it's a great card for next turn. So then we've got the Gold Pride Start Your Engines. We're going to summon out the Leon, and then Leon is going to reborn the Rollerballer. So then off this, we've got a Destruction on their summon. We've got a quick Synchro to make another Destruction, and then we've got a Fuse for up to 3 to attach 3 of their monsters to this card. So we've got 3 zones as well, so you can just equip 3, and then this can be responded to because you are again at a life point deficit, and we've got 2 cards in hand for next turn, but obviously we only started with 2 cards, so you'd have like Imperms, Book of Moons, whatever on top. So that's this combo. So this is a real test hand I drew this a while ago, and then it sort of made me come up with combos to get out of this. So a lot of times when I'm developing a deck, I will photograph the hand and then play it out multiple times. So this is what I've got from playing this out several times. If there's something better, I would love to know it. So firstly, we're going to activate the Gold Pride spell, because you can activate them at any time really. And if you activate things after you've used the Evil Eyes Unleash, you pay £500 per 500 life points per non-Evil Eye card. So we're going to activate this now, and we're going to search for the Chariot Carry. Not the Chariot Carry, the Captain Carry. I'm going to special summon it, because again, don't plan to pay in life points to use its effect to search. I'm going to search for the Trap. I'm going to normal summon the Basilisk, because we don't control an Evil Eye, we can't special summon it. And then we're going to use its effect, so we're going to Foolish a Gorgoneo, wherever it's gone. And then going to banish Gorgoneo, discarding our Evil Eye card. Could be anything, just needs to be discardable off Gorgoneo. Yeah, so it's any Evil Eye card. I was just double checking. So then discard the Retribution to search for the Evil Eyes Unleashed. So once we resolve this card, we'll be paying 500 life points per non-Evil Eye. So it gets a little complicated sometimes adding up how much you've taken. Just keep, honestly, pen and paper is the way forward, and if your opponent will let you, put a dice on your Serzial to show how much attack it has gained. But for this, just per combo it's different. I won't tell you how much each one costs, usually less than 4k is what I'll say. So we're going to activate the Unleashed, going to send Basiltrice, we're going to send a Garganeo for next turn, because we're already at our life point deficit, we don't need to build one this time. And then we're going to add the Selene. So then these two go into grave. We're going to special summon the Rollerballer, and then we're going to link these two into the Evil Eye Link 2, because it only requires one Evil Eye monster and one other monster. So we're going to make the Gorgon, Empress of the Evil Eyed. This comes up a lot in like grind games because it's not always easy to make a Link 3. They might banish your Selene or something. So, and you're just going to equip the Selene from hand. And you've got this to set. You've got this to set. And then you've got the Basiltrice in grave if you need it for next turn. So let's just play it out quickly. So they do something, you can negate it with this. They do something else, you can summon out this. And then link these three, summon out the Zerzial, and then use the effect. So this gets banished. Use the effect of Unleashed in grave to banish itself, to re-equip Selene. Then you've got your Book of Moon that you just hard drew. And then you've got the Gold Pride Start Your Engines. Again, I'm going to summon out your copy of Leon. Leon, Reborn, Carry. Carry, you might as well search a trap for next turn because we are playing an extra copy. Because the trap is not hard once per turn, so you can resolve multiples and just crush your opponent if you do draw it. And then you've got your Quick Synchro into Leon. You've got your Quick Fusion into Pinballer, and you've got another Quick Destruction. And this is obviously unaffected, can't be targeted and all that stuff because of the Selene. So really cool. In the end phase, this will go back, summon back the Rollerballer, and then you're going to be able to draw a card as well off the next time, better next time. So then you've got an Evil Eye for next turn. It's not a great one, but it's cool. Then you've got another Gold Pride Start Your Engines, you've got another Quick Effect Destruction. Probably don't summon Rollerballer here, maybe summon it here, because this negates something it points to, so you don't want to negate your own card. That's just my misplay. So that's it for like playing out of this awkward hand. I'm going to do one more awkward hand and then think I'm going to wrap it up. So for this awkward hand, again I did draw it. I mean, you don't want to see Leon at all in your opening hand, but it's okay, at least it's a level 3. So I'm going to normal summon the Basilisk, and we're going to use its effect to send Garganeo. Garganeo is going to banish, discarding the Catoblepus, to search for Unleashed. Unleashed, we're going to activate it, and we're going to send Garganeo and Basiltrice, adding a copy of Selene. And then we're going to use the effect of Catoblepus Engraved to Reborn, and the effect of Basiltrice Engraved to Reborn. And then we're going to overlay these two for the Gold Pride Chariot Carry, detaching Basiltrice to search for the spell. And we weren't at a life point deficit, so we don't get to send the Rollerballer, which is a shame. You could make yourself at a life point deficit with the Selene, but then you'd have to lose your Unleashed Engraved, so it's one of them. It's up to you, but I chose not to this time. So we're going to activate the Gold Pride, searching for Carry. Now we are at a life point deficit, so we're going to be able to special summon the Carry. Carry effect is going to search for a trap. Where's it gone? Right at the bottom. Then we're going to special summon a copy of Leon, not using its effect. And we're going to overlay these two for a Cicada King. It's a shame this isn't a fiend, so you can't make the DDD. Just going to make a copy of Cicada King. Then we're going to overlay these two no, sorry, not overlay. We're going to link these two into the Gorgon, Empress of the Evil Eye. We're going to activate the Selene from hand, and then we've got 2 copies of Start Your Engines for next turn. So we've got a monster negate, we've got a monster negate, we've got a interruption, which could, you've got plenty of copies in deck, so you can either summon out the last Leon, the last, or one of these two. And I'm not certain if this is a once per turn summon or not. If it's not an effect, you could also just summon this to your board, so then when you're in your turn, so when you summon out one of these, you can then do something, but that's only if this isn't a once per turn summon. I'm genuinely not sure, so feel free to ask a judge about that last bit. So that's it for the combo video. Hope that last bit wasn't too confusing. I hope you understand what I'm going for. Please like, comment, subscribe. I spent an unbelievable amount of time on this deck, so please share it with everyone. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.